first thing I'm going to be making today is going to be a chickpea salad. So these are the ingredients for chickpea salad. It is black olives, feta cheese, cucumber, tomatoes. And tell me why I forgot to tell you guys the main ingredient. Obviously, I forgot to talk about the chickpeas. I have 2 cans of chickpeas. I'm just going to rinse them and then use them for the salad. So for the olives, I use this brand called Uniso sliced ripe olives. These are my favorite olives, the black one. And you don't have to get them in the smaller container. They also have the bigger one, but I just got these just because I don't need so much olives. Now I'm just going to cut up the cucumbers in the way I want. Now I'm going to set this aside and cut up our tomatoes. Make sure all your vegetables that you do prepare your salads with, you do wash. Even though some packages state that they have been washed, I like to wash them again properly. So now we're going to make the salad dressing for this.
Dressing, you're going to need either lemon. You could also use lemon juice, which I'm using the lemon juice one, just great value. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, 2 tablespoons of honey, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'm actually going to be using a fresh lemon because I don't like the way that looks. It looks gross. Sprinkle like that, and then I'm going to whisk it again. Dressing is done. So now that everything is done, we are going to put our salad dressing over the salad. And don't worry if one area has more salad dressing than the other, because this is going to be mixed up together. I didn't make a lot of salad dressing because I don't like mine's too soggy, because this is definitely going to be soggy if you put too much. Now I'm going to get a spoon and we're going to just mix everything up together until everything is incorporated. But the rest of this one is what I used. They also have them in tubes, but because I don't need a lot, I just use it like that. So now that our salad is finished, I'm just going to show you guys an up-close view of it, and then we're gonna put this to chill in the fridge and move on to our next dish that we have to make. So the next thing I'm going to be making is chicken fried rice, but I'm going to be doing the chicken separately. Chicken fried rice or any type of fried rice, you're going to obviously need rice that's a day old, nothing fresh, because it's not going to taste the same as if you were to use the day old rice, because day old rice gets firmer and has more texture than fresh rice. So that's what we're doing. And then you're also going to need soya sauce. This one is also a low sodium, and I don't like to use the original because it's too high in salt. Next thing you're going to need is some peas, string beans, and carrots and corn. I have the frozen ones, so we're going to be using that one for our rice. Next thing you're going to need is some salt. I have the Kirkland sea salt here. Looks like that. thing you're gonna need is an onion. I'm just gonna dice up how much I need. I might not need all of it, but it's better to have onion in your rice. And then once they're diced to your liking, you just put it in a container and shift it off to the side and continue with the next step. So when you're making your fried rice, you can use a frying pan. You're supposed to use a frying pan, but for the rice amount that I'm using, I need to use this pot. This is called a Dutch pot. A lot of Jamaicans have this in their house. But yeah, we're using that to make the rice because we have a lot of rice to make. For this rice, you want to break it up with your hands, make sure they are clean, and because it is day-old rice, so it's going to be a little bit stiff, so you want to loosen that up before we start frying it. So my hands are washed and I leave them a little bit wet to break it up because it is stuck together. So we have to get rid of these little balls so that the rice can cook evenly with the soy sauce, and the other stuff could be contributed to the rice so that it's not looking half brown and half white. Once you notice that all the balls are gone in your rice, make sure you wash your hands again. So since we added the oil in there and then now I feel that it is hot enough to start, I'm just gonna get some of that oil, get the oil and spin it around. As you can see, there is steam coming from it. I'm not sure if you could see that on the camera, but I'm gonna turn down this stove on low and then we're gonna start cooking our rice. Now we're gonna start cooking. I'm gonna add some rice at a time, and you can hear it sizzling. I'm gonna add the soy sauce. Normally you would add an egg in this, but I don't like adding egg into my fried rice that much. So we're not going to add the egg. We're just going to try to hurry up and you have to continue to mix it fast, because if you don't, then some of your rice is going to be white still and the other is going to be colored. So you have to keep doing this when the heat is hot. We're just going to get the vegetables by turning off. First, I'm going to turn off the stove and move this to the side for a second and grab the vegetables and the onion. I'm going to add the onions to this rice. I'm going to add all the rice in and do the same thing. Add more soy sauce and do the same steps. And we're going to add our vegetables. And then now we're going to make our vegetable stir fry. So the first thing you're going to need for the vegetable stir fry that I'm making is broccoli. This is the Man's Family favorites broccoli. I normally get the bigger packages, but I got the 2 small ones for this dish. Then I got some frozen green beans. I couldn't find the fresh ones, so I had to get the frozen. Then I have some mushrooms. These ones are whole mushrooms, they're white ones. Then I also have some of the onions that I didn't use from the other dish that we made, and it's going to be used with this dish, this vegetable stir fry. Likum Key oyster sauce, it's the panda one. It's not focusing. Yeah, there you go. Then I have some carrots, which I've washed, stripped, and cut diagonally for this dish. vegetables, and also the sauce flavors the actual vegetables. So for meal prepping, I use different containers. These containers are from Walmart, and these are Christian food storage containers, stain and odor resistant. What I really like about these containers, it's freezer safe, dishwasher safe, food safe, and microwavable safe without the lid. And these are very cheap. They are plastic, unfortunately, but you cannot freeze food in glass, so you're gonna still have to use plastic containers when it comes to meal prepping, because you cannot leave all your food in the fridge all at once. You will get food poisoning if you do so. So only a couple days I leave on the fridge, and the rest goes in the freezer. So those are these are the ones that I use for meal prepping. The next containers that I got, because I wanted a 3 split lunch container, so these were on sale at Walmart, so I got 3, and these are great for meal prepping because you could have your mains, your fruits and nuts in a certain area. And these are the Systema meal prep containers. It's been steaming under the pot. In the pot, I'm just going to turn it and see if it's ready to come off the stove. So now I'm gonna be prepping the chicken for this recipe. I like to cut my chicken breast into cubes and then season it after that. So that's what we're gonna do. And I'll just let you watch what I'm doing because I'm tired of talking now. Okay, so now all my containers are washed out properly and it's ready to prep them in containers and put them in the freezer after. The reason why I didn't use the fried rice was because my sister was cooking chicken for dinner, and then I was told to make a side for the chicken, but then I was so tired after making this video. I'm like, let me just keep that as the side for today's dinner, and I'm fine with eating the other stuff that I prepped for my week. So it worked out perfectly fine. I didn't have to cook extra stuff that day. That was the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that bell notification so you guys will be notified the next time I upload. Bye!